Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. One of the common questions I get a lot is, well, there's two actually. Where do I get my charts and how do I way set them up, and why do I set them up that way? I guess that's three. Basically, I'll be covering that in this video. In this particular chart, you need to recognize that it's not from PerfectStockAlert.com. People often ask me, how do I order your charts? That they're not mine. StockChart.com is where I get my charts. I've been using them for over 7 years now, and really enjoy their services. It's a great service, and they have great charts, and the best I've found on the web thus far. And they have every indicator you could possibly want, and they allow you to customize them however you'd like. You can annotate your charts, you can store charts, you can save your annotations, you can save lists of charts, you can use their scans that are pre-designed or create your own. There's just so many different things that you can do there, and it's like, I don't know, $35, $36 a month, something like that. It's really a great price for what everything that you get. I've been using, like I said, for a long time, and I really enjoy them. So that's where I get them. If you go there and you tell them Christian Williams sent you, then I'll get like a month for free, and I'd appreciate that. You don't have to, but it's nice if you do. Add you to my Christmas list, right? Okay, so what's on my chart and why is it there? All right, well, first off, I've got the Ultimate Oscillator. This is a change. I used to use, some time back, the stochastics, and this is better, and therefore I switched. The reason that it's better is that it takes the Ultimate Oscillator, and there's a video tutorial on our website that actually teaches you everything you need to know about the Ultimate Oscillator, so this will be just a rough overview, but for those of you who are wondering, I actually switched because the Ultimate Oscillator uses multiple time periods to come up with its momentum signal, and the stochastics only use a single time period. And the Ultimate Oscillator is designed to reduce the number of false signals that you'll find on the stochastics, as well as anything else that's indicating momentum, only using one time frame, only one time period in the calculation. So this is actually a better tool. It will give you better signals, more accurate, and that's why I've switched. And I think anybody who doesn't hasn't really thought it out. Basically, on this particular chart, you'll notice that I have changed this. I don't have the standard settings. The Ultimate Oscillator you can adjust for your own trading methods, and so that's what I've done. That's why it's adjusted that way. If you don't like it, then don't use it. Use the standards. But that's what I'm doing. That's why people often ask me, why are your numbers different than mine? Well, it's because I've altered mine a little bit. Okay. Let's move on down to the core of the chart, price activity. You can see. Let me get this right. You can see that I have on the actual chart. You can see that this is a daily candlestick formation, so every one of these candlesticks represents a single day worth of activity. That's what you'll see most of the time in my charts that I'm showing you. On occasion, I'll show you my long-term charts, which are going to be, instead of a 3-month daily, what this chart is, it'll be a 2-year weekly chart, so every candlestick will represent a week, but I'll tell you whenever I switch on you. And then, of course, I've got the Bollinger Bands overlaid in normal settings, 22 and 0, and then the moving average 50 period, the red line right here. This just shows you the 50, the average price for the 50 past days, and it's a simple moving average. I haven't used an EMA. And then the 200 period is also on the chart. In this particular case, price is so far above the 200 period moving average that you do not see it on here. But if price were to drop down, you'd start to see it show up. So that's also on the chart. And that is also, you'll notice that, in case you don't know what this is the actual price is being reported in candlestick form. You can also see charts in very many different methods at StockCharts.com, like the line charts or the bar charts and various different types. But I prefer the candlestick formation. They're just easier at a glance to get the signal. You can see a sell signal here, sell signal here, sell signal here, buy signal here. It's pretty easy. Clean that chart up. Alright, now we're looking now at the volume, and this is pretty self-explanatory. The volume is basically just telling you the amount of activity in any particular day, and so of course it's lined up along with the charts. You'll notice that on the hollow days or the white days, there were up days where the close was higher than the open, and then on the red days, then you see that they are actually a down day where we sold off from. We opened at one price and we closed lower. And on the black days here, that you won't see on the actual volume, but on the black days, you'll basically what you have here. You've had a filled candlestick, meaning it's not hollow, and that basically just means that actual price activity has closed down from the open for the day, but higher closed than you had seen the previous day. And so that's a little trick there. But anyway, it's just basically, for the most part, you're going to see white or hollow or red, and then that's also being reflected down here. You can see on the down days the volume is indicated in red, indicating it was more likely sell volume, and then of course the up days will be in green. Okay, the red line right here is just a 60-day EMA, and this is just to let me know what the average volume is, and so I can kind of just at a glance see whether or not we have above average sell volume going on or not. Okay. All right. Move on down. Following the volume, I have the MACD or the MACD, and basically this is just some different perspective of momentum. A lot of times I use it in conjunction with the ultimate oscillator. Just various different things you could spot, and like for example the red line here and the red line here, it would be indicating that price activity is not as strong as it's being indicated by the momentum, so it's important to note. And also you got the histogram on this one. A lot of times you can get them without the histogram. I have the histogram just to show me how powerful the move is in one direction or another. And again, there's a video tutorial on the website perfectstockler.com which actually teaches you how to use this. And then the last item that I have on the chart is the accumulation distribution line. This again is what it sounds like. It shows you basically whether or not you have accumulation going on or distribution going on. This last indicator I'll change out from time to time with various other things. Whatever I'm trying to show you at a particular time, I might change this out with the RSI or something of that nature, because the RSI, even though it's inferior to the ultimate oscillator as far as how many times that it will give you a false signal, the RSI will oftentimes be the last indicator to ever get an overbought condition. So whenever the RSI is signaling an overbought signal and everything else already is as well, it's a pretty good indication that you are extremely overbought. So sometimes I'll use that as well. Okay. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.